Hey, OTE, morning again. Hi guys. Okay, today I'll talk about OTE in the Asian session. So usually the Asian session is pretty quiet, so you should only look for pairs that trade in the Asian market, mainly the Australia dollar, the New Zealand dollar, and sometimes the Euro yen or the US yen. But usually US yen um, moves pretty erratically in the mornings. I mean, in Asia session mornings for me. So let's take a look at today's OT for the New Zealand and the Aussie, right? So as I've stated in my past video, you are looking for a quick move up and a quick move down during that session that you're trading. So here we have one nice move up, nice move down, nice trade here all the way up, right? And you always want to see something like this right here, a down candle and then an up candle. You don't want this down candle to be all the way like too large, right? And then because in that case it's very hard to know where the order block is. So in this case the order block is here, right? If you actually draw the order block, it's like that, and the OT will usually fall within that space. Then you know that's a good place to watch, right? And about the Asian session, you usually do not want to put in any trade 3 hours or 3.5 hours after the session has already begun, meaning you should not look for a trade well after 3 hours, somewhere here, right? This is when they start going for lunch and all that, and usually market behavior is a little bit odd at that time. Okay, so don't try to look for a trade after Australia lunchtime. Let's look at the New Zealand. New Zealand again, you have also a nice one, a quick up, right? This is actually to fill up the gap. So you have a quick up and a fairly nice quick down, and then there it goes, right? Actually you almost had one here, a quick up and a quick down, but it actually passed. So in this case, right, you definitely, when you saw this candle going lower than this, you know that the setup is already invalid. But it so that was that, but you had one session here. Okay, let me just show you what you should not try to do, or do not look for OT setup late in the session, right? And also when you see price action not being smooth, right? Okay, so here you see one, a nice the move up is okay, but the move down is fairly jagged, right? So if you were to try to look for entry here, you see here this is a nice down and then a nice move up. OT will be almost here. You see that it did have some reaction, but after that it broke down. So usually you do not want to try to find setup late in the session. So just 2 or 3 hours after the Asia session open, you can take a look whether there's any good volatility. If not, just skip. Usually you do find something, and just something for well, this is what I call trying to look at how the market may move, right? So you can always pull a fib from the day's high, the Asian high to the Asian low, and you may see later on price may reach again between this, around this area with the round number and the OTE as well. So you may see some reaction going back up before the Euro session begins. So we just take a look and see whether that is true or not. It looks like it possibly can with some of these order blocks here. All right, we'll continue in the Euro session and see if we actually had that move. Just to be clear, I did not take any trades this morning. I had some work to do, but by the time I came in, price was here. I drew this little box here knowing there will be some reaction, but it was very late in the day, so I did not take a trade. I just wanted to see after that what happens to the price after that. Okay, so that's all. Hopefully this is useful for you, especially those of you who may not be able to trade the US session or the London session. You can always find something in the Asian session, especially in these two pairs, right? And sometimes the Euro Yen. All right, that's all, guys.